If you've played Elden Ring for a while, you should know that in order to kill bosses, you've got to level up. This means you need to have the right weapons, have the right spells, and obviously upgrade. However, bosses can be found everywhere in the game. You'll find them living in caves, underground, or even guarding castles. However, you can make progress against any boss in the game with some advanced planning and smart fighting techniques. But wait, you've reached the Elden Beast, and you're probably finding yourself stuck because every time you take a go at it, it never dies. Lucky for you, we have some information that can help you defeat the final boss with this overpowered spell. When it comes to Elden Ring bosses, they could land on you when you're just walking through a lake, or maybe crossing a bridge, or maybe while in combat. Well, since it's an open world, these things might just happen. However, you've reached the final boss, the Elden Beast and Red Dragon. So is there a way to get past them and become the Elden Lord? Well, here's how you can defeat them. When you reach the very end of the game, you will have to head back to the foot of the Erd Tree and pass through the barrier that will look like it was previously guarded by thorns. This is where you will find the final boss. It's split into two fights. One is the Red Dragon and the other is the Elden Beast. Before you finally ring up against the Elden Beast, you should know that it has a complicated backstory. But in essence, it's the Elden Ring's manifestation in the lands between after being sent there by the Greater Will. Only after beating Red Dragon, you're going to have to beat the Elden Beast. However, I know that after going through Red Dragon, you're probably going to feel pretty exhausted, but that should not leave you feeling demotivated. This is a single-phase fight, unless you don't lead in with the Red Dragon. If you do, getting past this won't be easy. The Elden Beast has a massive HP pool, and it can also be moved around a fight scene with such ease. It can also deliver attacks when you least expect it. Practice managing your stamina to maintain a balance between attacking and dodging in order to combat the Elden Beast's moveset, especially its abilities that track the player. It's critical to maintain enough stamina for evasive actions like dodging and sprinting, because you will only be able to land 1 or 2 hits on the Elden Beast before it strikes back. So what is the best chance to beat the Elden Beast? Well, we recommend that your level should be 120 or above, with weapons of plus 22 or higher. However, this is just the bare minimum you require. You should also know that if you try and use the holy damage, it won't affect the Elden Beast much. In fact, it gets healed by it, so it's better not to use it. So where is its weak spot? Well, it's the cracked glowing area of the beast's belly. Take extra hits at that and it's going to lower the health bar, considering that this actually has a high health bar. Though you will start off the fight from a distance, make sure to use your chance to heal, buff, or summon before you go against it. There are a few strategies that players can employ to defeat the Elden Beast because it has such a large HP pool and occupies such a large space. Spells of the pillar type, such as Black Flame Ritual, inflict damage and focused points across a wide area. The Elden Beast's size causes these concentrated areas to hit at once and stack, decimating significant portions of its HP bar. But if you think about the Elden Beast, it's just odd because it keeps summoning divine superpowers out of thin air. You should run to the left or right if the Elden Beast starts to breathe a dark yellow flame your way. If the flames approach you too closely, dodge and roll. If it tries to shoot purple mist at you, run away, because you don't want to be close to the stream when it explodes. If the Elden Beast starts to whirl about, making a great haze of purple mist, run away from it. This mist will also blow up shortly after. If it flies away from you, run after the Elden Beast, as you should dodge its huge sword swings. It should be noted that you can get a lot of strikes in before the Elden Beast attacks again between each of its sword swipes. During this window, make an effort to cast 3 or 4 sorcery spells or at least a full attack combo with your melee weapon. If you don't know how, we'll tell you in a while. If you're looking for melee strategies, then you'll be shocked to know that using melee weapons can actually stagger the Elden Beast. However, due to how frequently it moves, it's challenging to execute. Instead, keep as close of a distance as possible to the Elden Beast at all times so that you can strike when opportunities arise. The Green Turtle Talisman can help you catch up to this nimble boss because sprinting back and forth and dodging consumes so much stamina. all of the boss attacks are fairly obvious from a distance. So try to avoid locking on because the Elden Beast's movements will cause the camera to act strangely. When it drives its blade to the earth, try and run away because after the area where the blade is impacted, there will surely be a blast. If the Elden Beast flies into the air and forms golden rings all around you, run outside of the outer ring after dodging through the one that is moving in your direction. You should also remember to run to the left or right if the Elden Beast emits a golden orb that follows you. Running left or right is the best course of action to dodge the tiny magic missiles that this orb will start to fire. If you don't start sprinting sharply to the side and start getting struck by the missiles, you're probably going to have to redo this match. Because the Elden Beast's lingering damage is based on a percentage, the Black Flame is generally effective against it. The damage over time effect that is specific to Black Flame spells doesn't last for very long, but it quickly accumulates against an enemy with high HP like the Elden Beast, causing it to cause as much damage as the attack itself. The key to avoiding the Elden Beast's most potent special attacks is to equip yourself with items and cast spells that lower incoming holy damage. The Haligdrake Medallion Talisman, the Holy Proof Dried Liver Consumable, and spells like Lord's Divine Fortification can all help negate the boss' lethal moveset, because the majority of the Elden Beast's attacks deal primarily holy damage. Being a spellcaster adds a certain amount of cinematic flair to the battle with the Elden Beast, but it is not without difficulties. As the Black Flame deals percentage-based damage that completely destroys the boss's high HP bar, incantation users should use it to defeat the Elden Beast. Long-range spells like Loretta's Greatbow can keep you safe, while a Spirit Ash maintains its attention, and sorcery users should choose high-points damage spells like Rocksling to frequently stun the Elden Beast. The Elden Beast is completely immune to all status effects, so ranged-focused players should refrain from using them. As an alternative, choose heavier arrows, or think about switching to a heavier bow class. Congratulations! The Elden Ring's final boss, the Elden Beast, is now defeated, and you can choose which of your unlocked endings to use to end the game. However, you should know that the Elden Beast drops the Elden Remembrance item, which like all remembrances can either be consumed for runes or exchanged with Enya for exclusive boss weapons. There are two choices provided by the Elden Remembrance: Marika's Hammer or the Sacred Relic Sword. After all of this, you are given the option to begin New Game Plus after selecting your ending. Elden Ring has 6 possible endings, each of which must be completed in order to access, with the exception of the Elden Lord ending. I hope this video has helped you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Press the bell icon to never miss an upcoming update. Thank you for watching.